Welcome back, pro wrestling fans. Welcome back, IWC. It's your old buddy, the Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy. And I tell it like it is, coming to you live to tape 25 feet below the surface of the earth for another episodic YouTube adventure here on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel, for Chaos Corner. Much love and respect for showing up. We're delving into PWI Top 500, the latest edition of Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Dated December 2024, although we're in November 2024. Sit back and relax. We just came out of reviewing the top 10 women in the world, according to Pro Wrestling Illustrated. I know it's a work, I know it's kayfabe, but they charge 10, 11, 12 bucks for this magazine. It's supposed to be an authority. It's 2 and 3 months behind. That's why I'm calling you out, PWI, because it's a persona non grata. With all the social media and different sites and websites and podcasts and shows that you can go to, you got to step up your game. It's a lot of hard work. I get it. We talked about top 10 in the world, 11 through 20 in the world. We did a show last year calling out Pro Wrestling Illustrated and the magazine and the format in general. And how you used to mix the different divisions with men and women. It's not true to the 70s and 80s magazine era, which I grew up in. I find it disrespectful. I find it disgraceful. Despicable. I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. One man, unique, unedited, unscripted, raw dog. For you, the fans, doesn't mean that I don't respect your work. It's basically become irrelevant, like journalism in general. It's a beautiful, colorful magazine. Don't agree with at least 50%, 60% of what you put out there. But I still purchase it. Remember, you work for me. I go out and plunk down my money. I pay your salary. You work for me. So listen to your fans. Listen to what we're talking about. Take this as constructive criticism. I love PWI. But I'm disappointed. So grab a snack, grab a beverage, grab some water, a coffee, a sandwich, something, and come on back to Chaos Corner. I'll say that to say this, because I tell it like it is. Don't you dare miss it. All right, give me a second here. Give me a second. Hold on. Everybody hold on. Listen. The weather's been unbelievable here in the greater New England tri-state northeast area in the shadows of Titan Towers. 70, 80, 85 degrees. We're in a drought. It's unbelievable. I had to loosen up, take the tie off, even put on a little fan. You know, I got the 80s op board, the levers, the boomers, the thing, the bells, everything, the whistles, cassettes, VHS. That's what we do here. We're no different than anybody else, and we're not a fucking podcast. We're a show. And everybody who puts out the products they put out on the internet and on YouTube and all the other podcasters, again, I don't put myself in that category. Even the shows I moderate for, kudos, man. You guys are great. You do unbelievable things. You work hard for your fans to put out the best product on TV, and that's why you make a living on it. And when I say TV, I say YouTube. It's like TV. I give it to you. Raw dog, as I always say. This is the way I do it. I want to be different. I want to be old school. And I want to be me and make it so you guys can understand what I'm talking about. Make it relatable. So you're better off when you came in. You're better off leaving here than when you came in here. You learned something. Not opinions and reactions and viewpoints. Actual facts so you can hold a fucking conversation. It's your next venue. Your next party. Your next gathering, when you're out at a pub, a restaurant, the dinner theater, whatever it is that you do. I don't know what you do, man. I don't care. You know what I do. 4,000 videos plus in 4 years. Coming up on 1 million total views. Over 50,000 last week of you tuned in here. 63,000 the week before. I must be butter because I'm on a roll. Yeah, I know. It's so corny you could butter it. I get it. Let's take attendance before we get going here. OTS Tribal Queen is here. Austin Nance is here. I know you're here. I get it. Put your hand down. I already checked you off. You made the list. Bueller. Bueller. Anyone? Take out your notebooks. Let's see what PWI has to say. We're going to go with a little more entertainment on this. We're going to go with the most popular and the most hated from a magazine dated December 2024. We're in November 2024, and this is for the period ending the end of August in 2024. So take that for what it's worth. Let's have some fun with it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think the crowd thinks from you watching on TV or attend a live event yourself. Because without you, this channel is nothing. Without Austin, Jen, this channel is nothing. Become a member. Certainly not needed, but much appreciated. I don't know, I think it's $2 a month, $3 a month. Basically, this channel's free. This is what you get. I'd be doing it if there's one person, 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people, or 100,000. Just know that 40% of my audience is female. So for you guys out there watching, spread the word. You want to hang out with women? You come to the Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel. Respectfully. We treat everybody the same around here. Respectfully. And I'll say it like I always say it. In order to get respect, you have to start with respecting yourself. Once you do that, you open other people's minds to respecting you. All right, here we go. Most popular, we'll start off in the men's division. Number one, or should we go, we'll go number one. Number one, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Now, can you really argue with Cody, whether it be this past summer or right now in November, heading into the holidays, heading into 2025, that Cody Rhodes, the WWE Undisputed Champion, is the most popular wrestler in the world? He's not my most popular, but with the fans, I believe that he is. So this wasn't hard to figure out. Most popular in the world, Cody Rhodes. Let me know what you think as I get ready to argue with this bitch you know I have heat with. No disrespect, man. She's mechanical. I think her name's Alexa. She's ignoring me. Alexa, play Tropical Thunderstorm sounds. We need the rain.
Here's a station based on quiet tropical thunderstorm sounds by Nature Sounds Nature Music.
That's not what I asked for.
Vacations are always good.
Alexa,
sometimes they're...
play Tropical Thunderstorm sounds. Now you see what I'm talking about, right? You see it. You've heard it. Live to tape. I'm live and I'm taping this at the same time. It'll be up the same day, so it's relevant. It's live. Ah, fuck it. You guys get the idea. Son of a bitch. Daughter of a bitch. Whatever you want to call it. Focus, Chaos. Focus. Focus for your fans. So Cody Rhodes, definitely top 10 most popular. Number one, without a doubt, I have to agree. Number two, remember the time frame here in the time machine. It's only a few months back. August of 2024. Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, second most popular in the world, according to PWI, Pro Wrestling Illustrated. PWI Top 500. Hey, listen, Cody's on the cover. $10, $11, $12, and you're 2 and 3 months behind. Let me focus. Let's do positivity here. Want to be positive? They work hard over there. And remember, you work for me. I already said it. You work for me. I pay for this. So I pay your salary. Get it? Trickles downhill. Number three, and I guess they have this. This was my biggest bitch a year or 2 years ago when I first decided to go at PWI and let them know where I'm coming from. I've earned the right. You mix most popular men and women. I guess if you're going to do this in a category, this could possibly be the one to do it. Most popular, most hated. It's basically a kayfabe poll, but you do go by fans' reactions and merch sales and ratings and when they're on TV and where the ratings are. So I get it if you're looking into it that smart. But when you did it with top 10 heavyweights in the world, top tag teams in the world, and you're putting a tag team of women that combined weigh about, I don't know, 210 pounds over a team of men who are champions that weigh 550 pounds together, it doesn't sell. It doesn't work. A lot of intergender doesn't sell, doesn't work. That's just my opinion. Intergender tag team matches, this, that, the occasional getting your hand on. It's been through the history of time. But to straight up do it like a lot, it's big in the indies and has been in the 2020s. So the last 4 going on 5 years. It's huge. I personally hope WWE, AEW, and the ilk TNA, Impact, NWA, MLW, Ring of Honor, New Japan. I hope they don't go that way. I really don't. I'm not big into the intergender wrestling. It doesn't sell. Just like we say, whether it's trans or not, when I say that, trans, you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't want to offend anybody, and if you are, fuck off and get off. But I mean that. I would try to keep it respectful here because we're all inclusive. Start your own division. Let's keep men out of women's sports. It's just not right. You were born a man and a woman. That's the way it goes. If this gets me in trouble with YouTube, so be it. That's how it is. That's how he created us. And if he's for us, nobody else could be against us. Use this going forward in life. This is just a mere distraction, temporary, stress reliever. So I don't agree with it in those categories. That's what started this ball rolling with me, who grew up in the magazine era. I keep saying it, of the 70s and 80s. No better time, especially with storytelling, emotional investment, learning about guys all over the world, or you'd never hear about them. You'd never see them because you were stuck in the regional territories and with the limitations of TV. So number 1, Cody Rhodes. Number 2, Bryan Danielson. Number 3, most popular. And I guess I can't really disagree with this as far as being perhaps the most popular woman in the world, Rhea Ripley, who's had a devastating injury and is going to be out for a while now. Broken orbital bone or something to that effect. Rhea Ripley, to me, probably the best women's wrestler in the world. An actual in-ring ability, how she presents herself, how she carries herself. Number 3, Number 3 most popular in the world, men and women. This is an intergender list of most popular wrestlers in the world. Number 4, Yeet, 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 Jey Uso. This was the summer. He's maybe more popular now. Normally, I wouldn't say Jey Uso's a top 10 babyface most popular ever. But he's really broken away from the bloodline. Now they're back together. You see moving forward, Jimmy, Jey, Roman have made up and current. That's why this is almost persona non grata. Is he top 10 most popular in the world right now? That's for sure. And a live reaction to what you see Jey Uso getting. Was he number 4 over the summer? I'm not sure. Number 5, and this man very easily could be number 1, or at least in the top 3. CM Punk. They have as the 5th most popular wrestler in the world this past summer. It's arguably, to me, CM Punk could be number 1. Definitely top 3. So I disagree with this. I think Punk should be higher. He puts asses in seats. He brings ratings on television. He's a ticket mover, a needle mover, as long as he stays healthy. He was 7, 8, 10 years ago, and he is today. CM Punk, perhaps the most popular wrestler in the world. Let me know what you think of. Number 6, Aussie, Will Ospreay, summer of 2024, according to Pro Wrestling Illustrated, was the 6th most popular wrestler in the world. Now, you can make a case that Ospreay's in the top 10. That's for sure. Is he in the top 5 in the world? You guys let me know. I can go with this at this point in time with Ospreay being around number 6. If you said he should be higher, Chaos, I wouldn't argue with you. Should he be lower? I don't think so. Number 7, intergender list, top 10 most popular wrestlers in the world for August of 2024. Even though we're in November, I've been saying, I'm repeating it. Toni Storm. Timeless Toni Storm. I have to disagree with that. Toni Storm is not a top 10 most popular to me in any category. If you broke it down into the women's division, sure, she's in the top 10 most popular. She didn't really turn yet. But she definitely was a big heel, no? People loved her, I get it, the black and white. Cousin Butler Luther, the whole thing with Mariah May, and Mika, Mina, whoever, whatever they're talking about. At this time, in the summer of 2024, Toni Storm in the most popular? No, I disagree. I have to disagree. I personally like Toni Storm. She's an unbelievable grappler. One of the best in the world as far as that goes, in ring. And she sold that gimmick, Timeless Toni Storm. I really enjoyed that. Not in the top 10 most popular. You guys might have your head up your ass. I don't know what I'm missing here. Number 8 most popular wrestler in the world in the summer of 2024. And I guess I have to agree with it, although I personally don't think he's anywhere near the top 10. But you go by reactions. You go by merch. You go by sales. You go by TV ratings. You go by views. And that would be one Eli Drake. Oh, wait. Freudian slip. L.A. Knight. Yeah! Kind of a ripoff. He's in great shape. He's in his 40s. Give him a lot of credit. Really unbelievable turnaround. One of the biggest turnarounds and comebacks in pro wrestling history in the last 2 decades. Eli Drake, L.A. Knight, Maximum Models, whatever the fuck you want to call him. He's gotten over with the fans. And here in the summer of 2024, he's the 8th ranked most popular grappler in the world. Number 9, and I certainly don't agree with this one. Nowhere near the top 10 in the world. A great lady, I guess. And this is the problem with the intergender mixing, not breaking them up into categories of men and women. Although they caught on, I must have caught wind of my first tape, my first show about this a year ago, because it has changed a little. Willow Nightingale, Pro Wrestling Illustrated has as number 9 most popular wrestler in the world in the summer of 2024. I have to disagree. Nowhere near the top 10. Number 10, another guy that I totally disagree with because he's persona non grata. You never see him on TV, especially in the States. I don't care if you're popular in Mexico, Canada, Japan, Australia. It doesn't matter to me. The Middle East, it doesn't matter. Zack Sabre Jr., who has the personality of a turnbuckle. Yeah, he's a great wrestler. An unbelievable grappler. Tie you up like a pretzel. Seen him wrestle live, personally. From my home company at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling for the Evolve 95 Super Show. Zack Sabre Jr. in no way, shape, or form is in top 10 most popular wrestlers in the world. Not summer of 2024, not November of 2024, not ever. This is the problem with PWI when you gotta please everybody. When you do have to be all-inclusive in giving out awards and votes and trophies, make these people earn it. Not everybody has to get a ribbon. Everybody has to get respect, but not everybody gets an award. You gotta have determination. You gotta fight for it. You gotta earn it. Sabre's unbelievable. Top 10 most popular? We're only 20 minutes in. Let's go to the... 20 minutes in? Yes. Let's go to the top 10 most hated wrestlers in the world. Again, it's an intergender list, and I don't like it, Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Why do you do this? And again, if you're going to do it for these entertainment reasons and popular and most hated, I get it. But you did it with tag teams too, which makes no sense. You've done it before with the top men and women in the world. What are you doing? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't work. It's not sellable. It's not realistic. And this is the problem with your magazine. Besides being irrelevant. Well, why do you still buy it, Chaos? Because I'm loyal. So I have the right to say these opinions. I'm doing my due diligence. Research is your friend. I got to provide facts and proof if I'm going to sit here and spout off out of my, you know, I don't want to say, I want to keep it PG-13. YouTube's been rough on me, man. A little warm down here. Hope you guys don't mind. A little warm down here. I know, I should have wore a t-shirt. I get it. But we're in November. Yeah, I'm trying to get back to the gym. It's been tough, guys. It's been tough on all of us. Take a huge sigh of relief. Let's refocus, work harder, and move forward. Most hated. I'll run through them quick and we'll go back. Most hated wrestler in the summer of 2024 in the world, according to Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Dirty Dom Mysterio. Number 2. Hi, guys. Chris Jericho. Number 3. That bitch Liv Morgan. Number 4. Jungle Boy. Jack Perry. Number 5. Solo Sikoa. Number 6, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. Number 7, Matt Cardona. Number 8, Evil at number 8. Number 9, Mariah May. And number 10, Josh Alexander. First off, Josh Alexander is not in the top 10 most hated. He's working for a 5th rated company. Great grappler. Tough guy. Top 10 most hated compared to all the grapplers in WWE, AEW, so on and so forth. TNA Impact as well, which he's in. Is he a top 10 most hated wrestler in the summer of 2024? Just because I named him off last. I don't think he is. Much more hated people out there than Josh Alexander. Let's go back to number 1. And I agree with this wholeheartedly. Number 1 most hated wrestler in the world, the summer, August of 2024. Dirty Dom Mysterio. Has this kid transferred into it? Unbelievable. From Rhea Ripley, Mommy, to Liv Morgan, to the Judgment Day with Priest and Carlito and Balor, JD McNuggets, the lineage from his father, Eddie Guerrero as well, Rey Mysterio. Dominic is definitely, I don't think a lot of it's piped in, although WWE is notorious for piping in the sound. Dominic is definitely the most hated wrestler in the world in 2024. Chris Jericho, number 2. Le Champion, the Wizard, the Ocho, the Young Lionheart, Y2J, whatever the fuck you want to call him. The Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, definitely a top 5 most hated. Is he number 2 in the summer of 2024? I can go with Chris Jericho being number 2. Liv Morgan, I don't think she's the number 3rd most hated wrestler in the world. Just doesn't work for me. Not because she's a female. I just don't think there's so many goons, geeks, dwarves, virgins, mouth breathers, neckbeards out there that have never touched grass or a pair of tits. They think no one's hating on Liv Morgan. So Liv Morgan doesn't belong there. Jack Perry. A lot of people don't like Jack Perry's gimmick and character and what he did to CM Punk, being a little bit of a crybaby. Him and the EVPs team together. Yeah, that's one of the most hated factions. Maybe even disrespected. So Jack Perry in the top 10 most hated after what he did. Yeah. I don't like him personally. But he is getting over with the scapegoat. I mean, he weighs about 130 pounds. But there's an argument to be said. Not number 4 in the most hated in the world in the summer of 2024. Solo Sikoa, definitely in the top 3 most hated guys. You want to go Dominic Mysterio, you want to go Chris Jericho, you want to go Solo Sikoa. Yeah, the bloodline. What he's got going on with Tama Tonga Tangaloa. Jacob Fatu. Unbelievable the story that's coming up with the bloodline. Roman, the Usos. Who knows who else is getting involved? One of the best storylines in the last 2-3 years running. And perhaps in the last decade or 2? Yeah. Solo Sikoa is in the tops. Definitely not number 5. I put him in the top 3. Without a doubt. MJF? He's definitely hated. He's definitely your scumbag. And I love him. I love his character. He's got tied down with Adam, 170-pound Cole, baby. Boom! Tied down with Chris Jericho. Some of the skits were funny. I get it. And definitely at one time, a couple of years ago, MJF might have been number 1 most hated in the world. I don't think he's in the top 5. I don't even know if MJF is in the top 10 most hated in the world currently. People love Max, and they love that he's scumbag. Let me know what you think. Again, this is conjecture. This is a work. It's kayfabe. It's most popular. It's most hated. There's really no criteria here, I guess, except when they're on TV and where the ratings go, their merch sales, live crowd reactions. So you got to be on your game investigating this. Matt Cardona, number 7. I don't think he has enough impact in the big business, in the overall business industry picture. Definitely a veteran. Definitely considered to maybe be a legend. One of the best guys in the indies. Perhaps misused in the WWE. Cardona, not well liked. Not in the top 10 most hated in the world to me. Evil, maybe in Japan he's in the top 5, maybe number 1. He doesn't compute here in the United States of America, in this industry, this scene. Not a top 10 most hated guy. I could think of a lot of other guys. Number 9, Mariah May. She really did damage Tony. But again, a lot of these geeks and going, no offense, man, virgins and neckbeards and mouth breathers who haven't showered and smell like mold and dirty laundry. No offense. It's not any of my fans. So don't get offended. It's not directed at you guys. I know the quality here. And I'm not picking on anybody. I'm just telling the truth, man. Learn to handle and accept the truth. I have to as well when you point me out. Call me out on it. I've eaten crow many times. Speaking of crows, one of the smartest birds in that species. Never underestimate the crow. And I don't mean sting either. The actual crow. So Mariah May, they only have 2 women here in the top 10 most hated, which makes sense. Liv Morgan, Mariah May. Who, in your opinion, is the most hated women in all of pro wrestling? Somebody tell me who's the most hated female in all of pro wrestling. Some of you would say Nia Jax. Some of you would say Mariah May. Some of you might say Dr. Britt Baker. Maybe even Mercedes Banks or Sasha Monet. Who's your most hated women's wrestler today, right now in 2024? Who is it in the WWE? You would have said a few years ago, Charlotte Flair. Let me know what you think when it comes to women most hated in the world. It's a good question. And again, we talked about Josh Alexander being number 10. So I know this is a work. It's kayfabe. It's for entertainment. Most popular in the world. Most hated in the world. Top 10. But it's fun conjecture and content for us. And to get our opinions and our juices flowing out there. Again, remember, this is dated for December. It's the PWI Top 500. If you want to go out and get it, I'm sure you can get it online. But if you want a physical copy, like I have all mine right here. We went through Roxanne Perez. This is dated for October. This was 2 or 3 months behind. They want to be called the new horsewomen now. We talked about how she's really been a flop, except to herself financially, in the last edition of Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Mercedes Monet Banks. The Gold Rush. So PWI, I'm buying your product and I'm calling you out. Thanks for being here, guys. Much love and respect. I'll be coming back with more through the weekend. It's what I enjoy doing. I hope you guys enjoy it too. Wait. This thing gets heavy on the nipples. What'd I say, man? It's a kid's show. We're rated PG. Well, sometimes rated PG. Thank you, guys and gals. I'll say that to say this, because I tell it like it is. Austin, Jen, would you like to assist me? Anybody? Don't you dare miss it.